Hello everyone, welcome to another Daily Gym. This is the episode for Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. I am a few hours late, so just trying to remember which day it was supposed to be for. Today I wanted to talk about how there can be a good economy, but it doesn't always mean that everyone is feeling good. Or it doesn't mean the economy is good for everyone. So today I went to a fast food restaurant I normally go to around here, and saw this girl that's been working there, probably the last couple times I've been in there over the last couple months. And at one point she thought I was a famous TikToker, and I was like, oh, nice. And I saw the guy and I looked nothing like the guy, but you know how it goes. So I walked in and asked her how her day was going. I think she said she was having a very, very, very rough day. And you could see it in her demeanor. She just looked really deflated and sad. And then I ordered the food, and we interacted a little bit. And we were talking. She started talking about, we talked about the prices are going up on the food and everything. And at some point she said, yeah, prices have changed like 3 times in the last month or something crazy. And then she started talking about how much money she had been making there. I was like, oh, she's the manager there, and she makes $15 an hour. Now, for my friends listening in Africa, $15 an hour is a lot of money, but for my friends in the U.S., $15 is not that much per hour. And what she told me was that when she was a regular employee, she made $13, and then she had a increase to $14 an hour, and then she became the manager and they increased her to $15 an hour. And I was like, what, you got $1 extra per hour to be the manager of this place? Hey, yeah. Like, if assume the person works 40 hours a week, it's $40 extra a week. That's it to manage a lot more people. Oh my goodness. That's I don't think that's a good balance for the increase in responsibility. And so it really got me thinking as I was talking with her more, talking about prices of other things that have gone up, and talked about like baby formula and how it's become a lot more expensive, and talked about rent and things like this. Had me thinking that so often now the news is talking about how the economy is so great in the U.S. And yeah, I think the stock market has gone up, and certain factors that they normally use to determine whether the economy is good, like stock market going up, unemployment rate, and a few things like this, give the impression that the economy is doing really well. And for many people, maybe it is. But for some people, it's not. And that might always be the case. You think about what happened in COVID, at least when the shutdowns were happening. Some people lost their business, some people lost their lives, some people lost the money maker in the family, the one the strongest job. But other people made a ton of money. Some people's jobs got easier and they made more money and they spent less, so they had a larger profit individually. Some of them, somebody's businesses, really took off because maybe they sold a lot during that time. So when we say that the economy is doing well, it doesn't necessarily mean that individuals are doing well or different pockets of individuals. So I was talking to this girl, and it's like, yeah, there are a lot of strikes that are happening in the U.S. where workers are going on strike demanding increased wages and other conditions. But stocks are at record profits in some ways, or so they say. So I don't know. I think sometimes we have to have deeper conversations with people to see what's going on. And when we say the economy, are we talking about the average or the median person in the economy? This is getting really nerdy, but if it's the average, if say, the economy is going up, and if we take all the money and we divide it by the number of people, and that's the average, well, that if there's a few that are very, very, very rich, that can skew the average of the whole thing. But if we talk about the median, then it chooses, like, if there's 100 people, then it's number 50. How much money does number 50 have versus if it's 100 people? Let's divide all the money by 100, and then that's the average. So maybe y'all knew that. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how this might impact elections going forward, and it's hard. I feel a little guilty and sad talking about this stuff because I know there's war happening in other places, yet how much do these things end up leading to war, where we can't resolve economic issues and we can't talk about what's really going on with people, and until it's too late, until we stop talking about completely, and then we stop talking at all about anything, and we just resort to violence. So one thing I'll say is that when I did walk out, she had a smile on her face, so I think she was grateful maybe for the conversation, and just reminded me that sometimes just having the conversation about how much we're struggling can just help, at least give us some hope or distraction from what's going on. So I prefer hope. Maybe not distraction. All right, y'all. Well, I'll talk to you next week. Take care.